it's a lot of satisfaction. It's a lot better than working in your yard. You know, it's just, you just look out and see the beauty while you're working, and you feel like you've helped clear the trail that other people are going to enjoy. It just feels good to do it.
I wanted to learn something more about America, and that's why I'm here.
They're going to be here for 2 weeks, working outside, all kinds of weather, staying in primitive camps, and not get paid for it. So I think it really takes somebody that's interested in their environment.
Well, it's made our lives more enjoyable. See, I've been retired 10 years, and the last 3 years has been the most enjoyable part of my retirement. It gives you something to do that you enjoy.
We kind of kid about not getting paid, but we're paid very well when you stop and think about the fact that we seem to really be appreciated.
Our national forests, a treasure trove of unbridled beauty and source of countless recreation possibilities. The Forest Service maintains and protects America's 190 million acres of national forests and grasslands. To help achieve the goal of caring for the land while serving the needs of people, the Forest Service recruits over 100,000 people a year to work on public land projects that improve the environment and enhance vocational skills for the participants. These human resource programs are in partnership with private agencies, organizations, and business. And the value of service is worth far more than the actual cost of the programs themselves. As a result, taxpayers profit and our national forests are cared for.
Hey Marcus, did you bring a vacuum cleaner?
Yeah.
I admire the work that this crew does. The water bars that they're putting in, the steps that they're building, and the cutting out that you do for backpackers is real important.
Volunteers in the National Forest is a program that brings people from all walks of life into the forest. Participants build and maintain hiking trails and campground facilities, stabilize riverbanks, protect wildlife habitats, plant trees, and other valuable projects.
Grew up hiking in this area, and you learn to appreciate the enjoyment of hiking, but you also realize there's sort of a responsibility that goes along with the hiking, and what little bit you can do to help maintain the trail, it makes you feel good too.
They're providing us a service for doing work that we can't normally get done through our regular employees, as well as it gives them an opportunity to learn what the Forest Service is all about.
Lynn and I are working on a fishing pier so that handicapped people in wheelchairs can fish. The special part of it is that we know we're working for something really, really special, because no one ever thinks of what it's like to be handicapped and have to depend on other people to enjoy nature, and this way they can be independent.
We can take such a project as this and show that this can be done and present it to others. If it can open up one more area such as this, to me, it makes you realize it was all worthwhile.
It's fun just to get with all your buddies and work and work your hardest and just be with them and talk with them and stuff.
Here's a big one, guys.
The stream's coming down and it's eroding. When it gets high, it erodes the banks down in, and we're putting rocks on the sides of the stream so it won't erode the dirt down in, and so the stream will stay. It's really fun to come up here in the wilderness and get to see all the pine trees and animals and help the environment, because if we just don't do anything in the environment, it's just all going to be trash, and the air will be all polluted and everything, and it'll just be bad living.
Well, I think anyone that has ever enjoyed the outdoors really should come out and put in a little extra time. About 3 years ago, I met a ranger on one of the fire roads when I was riding, and he said that, you know, you mountain bicyclists are a new user, and you got to do something to take care of some problems that some of the select few bicyclists were causing. And then we realized that there was no one but volunteers repairing these trails, so we got involved. Now we have 3 trails we've adopted, and in the last 2.5 years, over 80 people have come out and worked on our trails, so we're strictly volunteer.
We are the Golden State chapter of Harley-Davidson Hog. We got involved with this because National Harley formed a coalition with the National Forest Service. And they asked us if we would get involved and help maintain our national forest. We're out here to let everybody know that everybody can pitch in, and we do care. And we just want the place cleaned up, and when they come to a place, leave it how they found it.
I believe the relationships that we build between ourselves and our volunteers and our volunteer groups is equally as important as the actual physical work that's done on the ground. It gives us an opportunity to know those individuals, those groups, what their likes are, what their dislikes are, why it is they're recreating on the National Forest. It gives them an opportunity to know us as individuals, not just as the ranger in the green truck that's driving by.
It's no problem for me to work outside, so I work in forestry and landscaping in Germany too. And it's much greater to work in a national group. Get the experience with all the people together, and it's fun to cook together, to live together.
Usually the people you meet are kind of like you, because they apply for the same thing, so you know you're going to meet people you're going to get along with.
I got many friends and have good experiences.
They're actually a tremendous help to us. It's a minimal cost. They pay their own fees to get here. And the amount of work that they produce in the 2 weeks that they're here is something that we wouldn't be able to do otherwise. The work is not often a lot of fun, but it is very rewarding because they can turn around and look and see a finished product when they do leave and know it's going to be there for several years.
We're installing these runners that have been cut with the face of a 45-degree angle to help the bicyclists come on and off this ramp without a jar in the front end and eventually ending up in an accident.
I wrecked one time, and it just wasn't a thing in the world, but bike got over on that drop-off is all it was and towed me. So I think they're doing a wonderful job.
The attraction isn't necessarily the specific work that we're doing, although you do get a lot of satisfaction from that, but it's more the people that you meet and what a real American thinks of their own backcountry, as it were, which is a nice touch. Come out and try it, and you'll find out what we mean.
People who love to camp and enjoy meeting other folks in the great outdoors can volunteer as campground hosts in national forests.
I'd recommend to anyone that tries to do it, that wants to do it, that they go in there with the attitude of not being someone to enforce rules, but being another camper.
We give information on trails, where they can hike, and we give out information on where they give them maps, things that they can do and can't do.
It gives us a chance to meet people. We love people, and it gives us a chance to meet them, and we have friends all over the United States. It's ideal for retired people to do, I think. It gives them a whole new outlook on life. Makes you feel young again.
This is dry screening. Every once in a while, you'll find something really cool.
In addition to the many volunteer opportunities available, the Forest Service is also looking at new ways for people to help us. For example, some of our national forests and grasslands are home to rare archaeological artifacts.
These are ribs, and these are thoracic vertebrae, probably from the same animal. And I am trying to differentiate the borders of each bone so I can pull them out individually.
Now, we have a need for volunteers to help with projects to find and preserve these treasures.
It's a wonderful opportunity. You know, we're going to spend all summer together in this tiny little hole, and I think it's the kind of training that hopefully will allow me to have a career in archaeology.
That's what I wanted to be ever since I was a little kid, growing up in western Kansas, but back then it wasn't fashionable for women to be archaeologists, so. My card says professional volunteer. This is what I do. This is my avocation. And a lot of these projects would not get done if it wasn't for volunteers.
In the future, we'll begin expanding our use of these new volunteer opportunities, so there are lots of choices for people to be helping hands in our national forests.
To learn more about these worthwhile programs, contact your local Forest Service office in your nearest national forest, or write USDA Forest Service, Human Resource Programs, Washington, D.C. 20090.